Hi, it's Diederik Gelderman here, speaker, trainer, author of 4 published books and founder of Turbocharge Your Practice and Veterinary Business Academy. Really quick short video today, and I want to start off with a question. Do you know how much profit McDonald's make on that first sale? Whether you drive through the drive-through, whether you walk into the building, if you go and ask for a coffee or a shake or a Big Mac meal or whatever it is that you ask for, what's their profit on that first sale? Well, the answer is zero, nothing. They make no profit on that first sale. So those young ladies and gentlemen, as you know, are very trained to ask you the upsell or the cross-sell. Would you like fries with that question? Because that's where they make the profit. And each extra item that you buy is incrementally more profitable. Now, why am I talking about McDonald's? I'm talking about McDonald's because exactly the same thing happens in your practice. Your first sale when a client buys a vaccination or a desexing or whatever that sale is, has a minimum amount of profit in it only because there's so many costs attached to servicing that client. There's the electricity, there's the rate, there's the rents, there's the staff wages, etc., etc., etc. So each additional item that you add on makes that sale, that transaction, incrementally more profitable to you. So that's classically called the upsell or the cross-sell. Attached to this video, I've sent you my features and benefits system, training system. Now, when you use that system, you will have a systematized upsell and cross-sell for all the products and services in your practice. I'd suggest that you use that in a staff training and workshop it on the whiteboard. Now, you may say, hey Diederik, I don't think it's really ethical to upsell or cross-sell, and my answer to that would be, I think it's unethical not to. So if a client comes in and says, hey, I want something for flea control, then you're going to sell them whatever your favorite flea control is. Now, you know that fleas transmit or carry worms, whatever way you want to put it, specifically tapeworm. Well, in my model of the world, I would be negligent by default if I didn't say to that client, hey, fleas carry tapeworm. If you're buying flea control because you've got a flea problem, or your dog cat's got a flea problem, then you need some tapeworm tablets. If a client comes in for a spay or a castration or any other surgery, I believe I'm negligent by default if I don't ethically upsell fluids, if that's not part of my standard protocol with surgery, if I don't run pre-anaesthetic profile, even if that's as simple as a PCV protein and a urinalysis. Now, I could go on about ethical upsells and cross-sells ad infinitum. I'm really passionate. This is one of my soapbox things. Now, there's 2 things that happen here. Number one, the client's getting better levels of service, better standards of care because you're upselling something else. So again, if they buy a shampoo, I believe I'm negligent by default if I'm not selling a conditioner to go with that shampoo, because if they've got a skin problem, then typically conditioners are going to be an adjunct, a very effective adjunct to that. So there's lots of areas that I think that we are being negligent by default in because we don't ethically upsell and on-sell. So as well as the benefit to the client and the benefit to the patient, there is also the extra benefit of increased profitability to the practice because you're increasing your incremental profit at this time here. So that's all I want to say. If you want to talk about it in more detail, please ring me or email me to set up a time to talk about it. But there's so much more depth I could go into about this. Now I'm getting to the real point of this video, of this training. I find that some teams find it a little bit hard to conceptualize the on-sell or the upsell and the cross-sell, and they just find it a little bit hard to get their head around it. One of my coaching clients, thank you Linnell for this, she comes from another industry. She comes from a clothing background, and so when she started working in the practice that she's working in, she was very aware of upsells and cross-sells, because if a client comes in and buys some trousers, well, they need a shirt. If they buy trousers and shirt, they need a tie or socks or shoes or whatever. And obviously that person will be kitted out and look so much more elegant or effective or whatever it is than just when they buy the trousers that they came in for, type of thing. So this system that she uses in the clothing industry goes back to, there's an ad, and if you're an Australian watching this, there was an ad from a company called Suzanne, which is a clothing dress company, dress specifically, was a woman's store more than anything else. And the ad went, "This goes with that." And so I have a basket here, and let me share with you what Linnell's team now do when they send a grooming client home, or you know what I mean, a dog or a cat that's been in hospital being groomed. So in this, they call this basket there, this goes with that basket. So when the grooming client goes home, there'll be all sorts of manner and shampoos in here. So that is something very concrete that they can show the client and have the client explore with them and explain what goes with what and why it's beneficial. And then the other area they use this is with dental aftercare. So when they do their dental discharges, they'll have another basket loaded up with all the dental bits and pieces and paraphernalia that are appropriate to send a patient home with. And that's their "this goes with that" dental basket. Now, since they've been using the "this goes with that" system, their ethical upsells and cross-sells have gone absolutely through the roof, because this is a nice little concrete something that you can carry into a consult room, plonk down into the client. The client says, "What's all this about?" And you increase their level of interest and obviously awareness. And it's also a nice concrete tool for the staff to, have this hook in their heads to do the "this goes with that" selling system with, if that sort of makes sense. So that's all I've got for today, and I'll catch up with you again next week. Bye.